Okay, let's talk about Daredevil Born Again, episode 8. Now, in this episode, in the beginning, we see Matt Murdock talking to his girlfriend about what happened in the previous episode where the Muse kidnapped her and was trying to kill her, and the whole fight between him and Daredevil. And the fact that it doesn't see much of a difference between the two of them, that they're both dangerous. And Matt Murdock doesn't see it that way because obviously he's Daredevil, but she doesn't know that. So they have a bit of an argument there, and then an invitation from Wilson Fisk arrives to attend a mayoral dance or something. And that's when Matt realizes that his girlfriend was actually Wilson Fisk's therapist. Now, obviously she didn't tell him that before because of, what was it, client privileges or something? Anyway, therapists cannot tell them that. Tell anyone who their clients are or anything that happens during their sessions. So yeah, he gets really angry and he leaves. And then we see Mayor Fisk and his wife going into a room where she sees the guy that she supposedly had an affair with. I guess it's an affair, but we don't know the specifics of it. The guy is in a cell, which we've seen earlier, and we've seen Wilson Fisk beating him up, and so he's still alive. And he brings her there to somehow get some closure, I guess. And she ends up shooting him, and so he's dead. And apparently they're together again and happy, Kingpin and his wife. Not sure if that's true or not, but anyway, the guy's gone. So I guess there's nothing coming between them now. So Kingpin's happy. Now, and in this episode, we also get to see the guy who in the beginning, in the first episode, I think his name was, I forgot his name exactly. The guy who's a really good shooter. That killed Daredevil's friend, Foggy. Now apparently he's being moved to another cell, and there's apparently going to be a plan to try and kill him. And he calls Daredevil, I think, and so they have a talk in his cell. Not in a cell, in a room. And Daredevil's asking who ordered him to kill Foggy and why. Was it just personal, or was there some other reason? So yeah, then afterwards we see the dance where all the high profile people in the city are at. That's being hosted by the mayor and his wife. And we see Mayor Fisk doing some business stuff with the elites of the city. And apparently one of those guys is supposedly also a vigilante that Mayor Fisk suggests. Now I don't know who that character is. We haven't seen him before. Maybe we will sometime. But yeah. So basically he threatens him to disclose a secret if he doesn't cooperate with the mayor's new plans for the city. And we see him taking a lot of high profile people in there and probably doing the same thing. And so the dance is going on. Now Matt's girlfriend's there, and later on Matt shows up after figuring out that the reason Foggy was probably murdered was because of a case that he was going to win, that he already knew he was going to win. And he thinks that Murdoch thinks that Kingpin's the one who ordered the hit on him. And yeah, and then Murdoch is there to confront him, and Vanessa tries to stop him. So anyway, they're dancing together, close to Kingpin and his wife. And then Kingpin and his wife get the news that the bad guy, I think his name is Poindexter. I think that's the name. Anyway, he escaped and he's on the loose. And so his wife tells him that it's about to tell him something, and Mal realizes that she's the one who actually ordered the hit on Foggy, because Wilson Fisk was away for a long time, probably because he was shot in the face during the Hawkeye series, and I still don't know how he recovered from that anyway, but still. So she was in charge, he was away, so she was responsible for it. So and Matt confronts her about it, that she's the one who was responsible for his death, and she kind of threatens to expose his secret. And during the whole exchange, we see Kingpin also dancing with Matt's girlfriend and trying to subtly suggest that Matt Murdock is actually Daredevil. He's trying to give her a clue without telling her directly. And during the dance, we see Poindexter on the top of the roof with the gun, about to shoot someone. And Matt Murdock, with his super hearing, of course, he has the gun being loaded up. And right before the bullet is fired, he jumps in front of Kingpin. So apparently the target was Kingpin. And he jumps in front of him, gets shot, and falls on the ground. And we see everyone terrified and somewhat running away to another location. And we see Matt and his girlfriend, and Matt's on the ground bleeding. And it looks serious. But I don't think it's going to be that serious because he's the main character. I mean, we still need him for more episodes. So likely it's probably going to be a wound that he survives. And for the looks of the shot, I think it probably hits closer to his shoulder and not the rest of his body, I guess. But anyway, that's the way the episode ends. And honestly, I don't know where they go from this. I mean, Matt Murdock just saved Kingpin, and Kingpin was about to go after Matt Murdock for becoming Daredevil again. He hates vigilantes, and he and Daredevil have a history. And now Matt Murdock saved Kingpin, so I don't know, maybe that changes his attitude towards him. I mean, he could have died if Matt didn't save him. And Matt didn't have to save him, obviously. He could have just stood back. And he heard exactly where the bullet was going. He was exactly in the right position. So, I don't know, maybe that changes their dynamic somehow. And maybe Matt finally tells his girlfriend that he's Daredevil. I mean, he's been flaking out on her a lot. And she confronts him about it again. And he's gonna have to tell her eventually before she decides to leave him. So, yeah. Not sure what exactly happens next. I mean, a lot of stuff can happen next, but nothing with the big impact I was hoping for. I mean, yes, Poindexter's back out, so they're gonna have to try and stop him again, but I don't know much about the character, whether or not he's that difficult of a person to stop. And I know Daredevil had a hard time fighting him in the first episode, but with the entire city and Daredevil after him, I think it'll be pretty easy. But yeah. Next episode, let's see what happens. Probably see Matt Murdock in the hospital and getting out, and him talking to Kingpin. Yeah, let's see how that goes. And yeah, Matt does want to get payback for what happened to his friend, so there's that issue with him and Kingpin's wife. So not sure how that works again, but yeah, let's wait and see.